I'm gonna get you close, my friend, but not too close, eh? You don't wanna be eaten.
During the development of Jurassic Park 3, there were all kinds of dinosaurs the filmmakers were going over to include in the movie. At one point, the big bad was going to be a baryonyx. They had a scene where there was a Mosasaurus in a tank, and they almost used a Carnotaurus instead of a Ceratosaur in the film. But one much earlier draft was supposed to include a creature that we never got to see in any Jurassic Park movie before, and it was something that I think would have been extremely cool to see expanded upon in a future film. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about JP3. And look, Jurassic Park 3 needs to be gone over because of this hotly debated theory as to what killed the men on the boat at the beginning in the film. Now, in the original script, it was supposed to be revealed as the pteranodons from JP3, but of course, when you watch the final cut of the movie, that kind of makes no sense because they were locked up until the Kirbys escaped the aviary in the film. Now, of course, if it was pteranodons that killed the people in the boat at the beginning of the movie, it could have been some of the creatures that we saw get out in the Lost World Jurassic Park, but to be fair, we don't see those variants of pteranodons in JP3 at all, so that's not really the best theory we can come up with here. And while the script that they never shot did have it being specifically the JP3 pteranodons, in the movie, it really doesn't make sense because they've been locked up. So even less so than what killed the people on the boat in the Lost World, which we know was a T-Rex, even that raptor theory for the SS Venture holds more water than the pteranodons in the aviary because they were locked up. So what we do see in Jurassic Park 3 that does attack a boat in that same movie is the Spinosaurus, and I think this has been the leading theory that makes the most sense at the end of the day. However, look guys, there was another animal that was even talked about being included in Jurassic Park, and it was even reused for the John Sayles script of Jurassic Park 4, believe it or not, that I think might be a fun culprit to discuss here. Now, this creature is not confirmed as having been on or around Isla Sorna officially, so let's keep that in mind. It was just in the scripted material from Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park 4 in the early 2000s, and at the end of the day, they wanted to explain this killed crew being a result of pteranodons from the aviary, but they never committed to it. So it could very well be likely that if this creature ever gets canonized, it could be something you can make a great theory for. So the prehistoric animal that we never got to see was supposed to actually attack a plane at the beginning of Jurassic Park 4. They'd thrown it out for JP3 but kept it for the next film, but that never got made. Now the director of Jurassic Park 3, Joe Johnston, talks about a similar abandoned idea with his third movie, saying, quote, "The marine reptile, which is called Kronosaurus, was part of the script, but we threw that part of the story out in favor of something better." And this article goes on to say audiences might see a waterbound beast in the next dinosaur sequel. Now, of course, we did eventually get to see the Mosasaurus in Jurassic World 14 years later, and that was even after the Tylosaur Mosasaur that was in Jurassic Park the game in 2011, but the Kronosaurus was repurposed for Isla Nublar in a scene where Nick Harris, the protagonist of the John Sayles script, goes into the island to retrieve the cryocan of embryos that Nedry left behind from Jurassic Park 1. Now, this is an unmade script for Jurassic Park 4. It's notorious by now. A lot of people know about it. I'll be talking about something else in it soon. That movie never got made, but with the unused tank from Jurassic Park 3, that concept art with the Mosasaurs inside, the question stands, could there be a Kronosaurus or Kronosaurs around or on Isla Sorna, and could we see them in a future project? If we ever go back to Site B, could they actually bring that animal to life in live action? Well, since we don't have any actual copy of a list of animals created outside of InGen's known list, you know, stuff like Spinosaurus, for example, we know they did that, that wasn't on the list. Theoretically, yeah, you could argue that we could get it in the future, but we've never seen any in-canon proof of it, so it's kind of a long shot. Either way, I thought this was a cool bit of trivia that would have made for a super cool attack scene in a Jurassic Park movie. Like, can you imagine if we never really get to see what attacks the people in the boat in Jurassic Park 3 at the beginning, and then when the Navy gets there to rescue Eric Kirby and everybody else, then you see like a Kronosaurus or something like waddling by in the water, maybe even attacking it. They gotta set it up better than that. I do like the mystery of dinosaur attacks and wish they'd come back in Jurassic Park. I don't know if you guys know this, but I just recently recently did a movie review of Loch Ness from 1996. It's on my channel Dragon Curve. Check it out if you're a big Jurassic Park fan, because that movie a lot of people have forgotten about, and it has a hybrid plesiosaur elasmosaur creature that it really does. The reveal feels like something that Jurassic Park could have gotten in the late 90s, only on a lesser budget. Kronosaurs, it's just a cool idea. I do love the Mosasaurus. It is one of the most criminally underutilized parts of the Jurassic World trilogy and very popular. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this abandoned creature for Jurassic Park 3? Would you like to see it come back in a future Site B story, or do you think we should just move on to something else? Personally, I think it would have been really cool in Jurassic Park 3, and I wish we got to see it. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, God bless you all. I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.